この機体まさか。
そんなんいいから早く動かせ。すごいですよ坂田君。
力したい。
高倉君好きな人いるの？
僕にも聞いてもらえますか。
この人誰？みんな行くよ。見てくださいね。
Okay, dan. So as I said, kita orang pretty much nak habiskan I think it's 4 episodes yang kita orang tak discuss lagi lah. And pretty much it's covered in jilid ke-8 dan juga jilid ke-9. And you can see that we've got this new character there. Hate him or like him, he's actually an essential part of the group, but we'll talk about him soon lah. Soon enough. Saya punya reaksi satu ayat, obviously, okay. Bukan reaksi satu ayat. I think there's 2 points here. One, kita dah tengok Okarun dengan Aira dah improve dia orang punya fighting abilities by the lesson that Turbo Granny provided them in the music room, where selama ni dia orang lawan tak mengikut rhythm yang betul, and obviously using the rhythm I don't want to say the word rhythm method because it has a different connotation. Siapa yang faham lah. Korang budak-budak tak faham kot. Anyway, so the first thing, the next episode is them fighting. Is Okarun melawan Gigi. So Amber, saja nak tanya kau, what do you think of Okarun punya taktik nak macam get Gigi
Itu bodoh gila. Aku macam waktu first season tu punya lah payah nak lawan Evil Eye ni, gila babi dia, separuh mati dia layan. Lepas tu end up macam Okarun macam senang pula nak control si Evil Eye ni. Member tu budak lagi, sial, control je lah macam dia budak-budak. Pancing je lah dia. Aku macam, kenapa dia tak terfikir benda dia dari awal lah. Aku pelik juga sebenarnya mula tu. But interesting lah cara Okarun fikir dia boleh control. Dia boleh macam, bukanlah control, macam bagi Evil Eye ni macam satu tujuan untuk dia tidak membunuh orang dengan sesuka hati. So aku suka juga apa yang Okarun buat untuk Evil Eye tu. And then perangai Evil Eye tu pun aku suka. Dia, kalau tak silap aku, Evil Eye ni dia in control lah, bukan Gigi yang in control kan.
Tapi kalau boleh kita nak Gigi yang control Evil Eye tu. So at the moment agaknya Evil Eye tu. Tapi ya Allah, dalam dia jahat tu, yang aku heran tu dia boleh macam open to suggestions. And dia punya reasoning dia, as we described before lah dalam live film yang before this, yang dia macam budak kan. So the fact that dalam dia powerful tu, tapi by giving a reasoning macam as if you are a kid, as if you are a kid, dia akan dengar cakap.
Dia basically Sukuna tapi budak-budak dia lebih kurang gitu.
Dia, atau dia Saku. Tak, dia bukan Saku, dia Usami. Dia macam kita makan ais krim. Tapi nak makan ais krim, kita kena tak tidur, kita kena study. Okay. Oh, by the way, aku tahu ni tangent off tangent. Usami tu actually dia punya seiyu untuk Denji tau. So semalam aku tengok Chainsaw Man, aku cakap, asal aku nak dengar Usami? Aku macam anyway, back to Dan. Alif, what do you think of Gigi? He's pretty much just succumb to what Okarun suggested lah.
I like macam sebab I feel like season 2 ni best sebab a lot of it banyak focus on Gigi dan Evil Eye. And it's a lot more focused this season aku rasa. So I feel more invested this season.
Yeah.
Bila
I think
and my favorite episode
sorry, your favorite episode yang mana?
Yang ada the band masuk nak exorcise the Evil Eye daripada badan Gigi.
Yeah, but thing is kan, if they had succeeded with that, there'll be no Evil Eye lah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Evil Eye akan macam hilang, lari ke tempat lain, atau dia akan matikan Evil Eye tu. Aku tak sure. What do you guys understand from that? Because dalam exorcism, in general, kita halau
Dia nak halau
je.
lah. Dia nak halau. Dia nak keluarkan lah.
Tapi you could argue that dia boleh datang balik kalau dia nak. Kalau dia nak lah. Kalau is it kalau macam okay, ini dah lari topik sikit. Macam I think kalau macam Darul Shifa kan, almarhum Ustaz Arundin dengan dia punya Islamic medical team dia, yang obviously patient dia orang yang datang ada gangguan makhluk halus. One thing they do is dia halau jauh tau. Yang dia dengar cakap, yelah dia takut mati. Boleh, you can kill the thing, but tapi itu pasal orang cakap macam I'm not trying to prolong this matter lah, but the thing is macam kita pergi, you know, kalau if you are into hiking and that kind of stuff, there are some people who like to go into caves. So kalau aku nak pergi Gua Niah ke, aku nak pergi Gua Tempurung kat Perak ke, unfortunately quite a lot of Darul Shifa people throw these things to Gua Tempurung. Kau dah Ipoh kan? Gua Tempurung kat Ipoh kan?
Gua Tempurung dekat Gopeng. I've been there once lah.
Tapi just kau baca-baca sikit lah sebelum masuk, because a lot of things people just like get rid and throw it off there lah.
Dekat Perlis ada gua kelam.
Same thing is it?
It's a tourist punya. I mean, I masuk dah banyak kali dah, but so far nothing. But I think ini satu nasihat yang biasa lah kalau kita masuk hutan pun hiking ke. You know, I know it sounds like old folks still like kencing dekat pokok tu, jaga-jaga sikit, kena tabik. I mean, just be respectful lah, because kita as Muslims, jin tu betul, bukan je tak betul kan. Tapi itulah, back to Dadan. Then Gigi goes to school, blah blah blah, and the next phase of the adventure starts lah bila kita diperkenalkan dengan si Mamat dekat gambar ni. First impression kalau dia classmate kau, Amber. Okay, aku dah cakap aku punya dulu. Aku macam dia. Jangan. Gila judgmental. Get away from me. Tak senang diri. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this guy? I mean, first impression. Dan jangan tipu.
Mat, serius aku akan gelak, Mat. Kalau aku tengok dia depan mata aku akan gelak terus, Mat. Serius. Aku tak boleh. Muka dia saja, cara dia styling, cara dia apa bukan belagak tau. Nak cakap apa lah. Tak tahu nak cakap ni. Sebab cara pembawaan diri dia tu aku macam kelakar satu, annoying satu.
Annoying. Tak, dia confident.
Yes, that's the word. Dia confident gitu.
Confident, yalah. Hey, sedangkan orang macam no.
Dia confident gila. Ada dia macam paling tahu semua benda lah. Lepas tu ada hati pula nak try siapa ni, Momo. Macam Mamat dia betul.
Before nak
sampai follow member.
Sampai tu Alif, what your first impression of this guy?
I cannot. Kalau if I see him macam malas nak layan Mamat.
I mean, there are people like that. As Munif has said previously lah, characters yang Tatsu, Yukinobu Tatsu tu tulis ni, is so true to life that we all like Munif illustrated. We all know a GG. Aku pun cakap, yes, I knew a GG before. So macam Kenta ni, untuk aku dari rupa ada, dari perangai ada. So it is an amalgamation of a few people I knew lah in school or in university lah. Tapi Akunya bukan gempak sangat pun. Aku pun just as geeky and nerdy. Korang ada Kenta in your life?
Sehingga aku tak ada lah. Aku tak ada kot biasa.
Kau Alif is laughing nervously. But yeah, but kau sangka tak yang macam dia boleh join the gang? Aku macam nobody macam took pity on him ke apa, but I think he's just there at the right time at the right moment, right time lah, I guess. Because when they were fighting, when they were looking for the golden ball, the other golden ball, yeah, and then this kaiju thing turned up. What are your thoughts on this, Alif? Do you like the I mean, thus far, do you like the fact he's now dipped into the kaiju genre for the story? Do you think he's quite clever, this guy who wrote the story, like going into all the, you know, pop culture features or in pop culture elements you get in Japanese media?
Yeah, I like juga, especially because sebab he's the reason yang dia orang dapat buat mecha tu kan.
Yeah.
And I can relate waktu yang masa dia first time masuk mecha tu, and then dia macam, I waited my whole life for this moment.
I live with our Kenta.
No, I'm not Kenta.
No. Aja. You know Kenta gila cepat. Denial. Kenta denied. But yeah, that is so cool. Aku suka because they did everything tau. Dia orang macam kan you know, bila kau masuk mecha, kau masuk tunnel ke, kau keluar dekat sini ke, it all like pans out nicely. All the homages are there, and the fact that korang pernah aku pasal, I think because of my editing for BuzzPop Anime Division is such that the algorithm picks it up and put it in Facebook. I get and then I subsequently I follow this kaiju punya Facebook page tau, which berdebubuh je all this old kaiju TV series from Japan, from the good ones to the bad ones. But there was one Buddha Bodhisattva punya, itu aku macam, hey, ini bukan dalam dandan ke? It wasn't even a. Nanti aku berbual lah. If I were to re-edit this video, I'll put this segment in. I was like laughing my head off. But yeah, kau rasa macam mana kau cakap? Dah lah dia bagi nama dia Pangang tu. Okay, because aku tak tengok mereka banyak sangat. Do you think the name that he came up with, other than the Bodhisattva punya reference, were there any other references to anything that you've heard of? I think
I'm not sure any specific reference lah, tapi nama tu macam very typical of classic super robot punya era punya nama. Super robot mecha, like before kan Gundam macam more grounded, like
kan
like ni yang very super mecha like style punya nama.
Aduh, Kakak, Amber, any thoughts on the on Kenta and his robot?
Aku suka gila macam mana dia orang utilize Kenta ni kan. Dah nama dia nama daerah dalam Perak siap, aku macam Kenta. Daerah tempat aku duduk siap. Tak boleh belah. Aku tak tahu macam mana writer boleh terfikir nama tu, but unik. Nama yang unik untuk karakter yang unik. And aku actually bila kau cakap adakah aku expect Kenta ni akan masuk dalam team ni, aku rasa aku dah expect lah. Sebab setiap Okarun, Momo, Aira,
diorang bukannya gempak sangat pun.
Semua diorang ada macam mana dia macam minat ataupun benda yang dia orang obses tau. So Kintan ni dia obses dengan benda-benda robot. So aku macam ni akan jadi part of the team lah, confirm lah. Confirm lah. But dia bukan macam alien yang kejap macam alien tu yang minum rebus susu tu. Kejap ada kejap dia tak. Dia memang akan ada je dalam team ni. But aku looking forward lah macam story ni akan berjalan ke depan sebab masing-masing punya karakter ni macam lain gila tau. Gigi panggil macam ni, dah Momo, Aira pula yang gila dia lagi. Okaru macam ni, aku macam lepas tu tambah lagi dengan si gila ni aku macam chaos. Aku rasa season 3 akan chaos gila babi lah lepas ni.
Tapi korang perasan tak dalam fight ni this was something that Jamal dah pernah mention lah, yang dia kata I don't think he was making a reference. This will be seen in future episodes, obviously, sebab kita orang dah baca manga. Tapi macam actually you can see it in this fight as well, that Aira dalam poyo dia tu, bila masa diorang gaduh dia lagi level headed tau. Whether or not itu influence daripada acrobatic Silky as a more an older being. Because Momo dia budak and skill dia. Dia punya psychic powers, telekinetic powers tu dia punya. Wokarun walaupun Turbo Granny tak rasuk dia. Dia ada power Turbo Granny sekarang dah jadi kucing ke. So Aira, because bila dia tukar, memang Seiyu dia is the Seiyu yang mak yang hilang anak tu lah. It's her because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Ayaneru changed her voice just to make herself. But tapi kau pasal dah masa dia lawan the kaiju tu, dia masa the bit where she use her hand, that kind of stuff, she's a bit more level-headed lah. But so it's a foreshadowing to what to expect in the future when they do this kind of team fights lah. I think Jamal used the word bukan akak kawasan, Kak Long. Dia macam Kak Long lah to this group of misfits.
Yeah.
So there's something.
Yalah, dia asyik claim diri dia, aku ketua. Kau ikut aku.
Tapi in a way pun dia cakap macam tu pun ada good basis jugalah. Bukan nak kata Okaru dengan Momo tak akan give ideas ke apa, tapi it is quite interesting because kita tahu asal usul Aira tu macam poyo gila. Kan. Anyway, were you surprised with what the kaiju actually is? Kepada siapa yang menonton, ingat kita orang yang live stream memang bukan spoiler free, so we're talking about this anyway. Were you surprised that it's not what you think it is?
Aku surprise lah. Sebab aku mengharapkan, aku macam pelik ke. Aku waktu diorang encounter dengan kaiju tu, memang aku mati-mati ingat tu memang kaiju betul lah memang. Kaiju. Tapi tema, bila aku fikir balik, tema dandan ni lebih kepada apa ni orang cakap, alien dengan supernatural kan, macam tu. Kaiju ni dia macam, kaiju ni bukan alien, kaiju ni pun bukan supernatural. So aku macam ada macam sanksi sikit, tapi aku memang mati-mati mula-mula tu aku ingat tu betul-betul kaiju lah. And aku nak benda tu betul-betul kaiju. Tapi bila that final episode tiba-tiba keluar alien perempuan tu, aku macam what? Macam aku tak tahu nak rasa apa dia. Macam pelik ke tapi entah, aku pelik, tapi macam aku nak tengok like macam mana karakter alien perempuan ni akan develop lagi lepas season. Sebab at the end of the season, bila Momo tengok si Okaru tu dengan alien tu kan, belakang dia semua meletup apa semua. Dia macam call back balik dekat season 1 episode 1 ke episode 2 kan. Macam waktu dia apa ni, Okaru sebut nama sebenarnya, pun meletup semua macam dia macam benda lain. Aku macam risau juga dia ni. So looking forward for that.
Do you know Alif, do you know anything else about this alien? Whether it ni daripada sudut pandang you are tengah nak agak siapakah alien ni, atau you've heard stories about her? Because you neither of you read the manga, right?
Tak.
So what do you think?
Tak tahu, for me pun it was a big surprise lah. Macam aku tak expect like there was a humanoid alien dalam kaiju tu. So I'm looking forward macam mana this new alien girl akan affect the dynamic of the group, sebab dalam group dah ada like 2 perempuan yang suka dekat Okarun, like Aira and Momo kan, and now tambah lagi seorang perempuan and she's an alien, and people yang into sci-fi ni memang some of them ada like a thing for alien girls. So we'll see lah macam mana Okarun akan, you know.
Asyik baik dia tak biru. Kalau biru dengan antena tu, I bet you the Star Trek fan will start to watch by then. You watch Star Trek? I can't remember what the name of that race is. But there is an alien race yang biru. Ada sesungguh kan?
Ada. Andorian suit, I think.
So anyway, I mean, because we don't want to prolong this any further, because that's pretty much the end of the second season, and just to give just pembayang sikit lah tanpa spoil, kita nak tahulah juga dari mana datang alien ni, apa nama alien ni, adakah dia akan join the gang, because macam rasa macam season ni kita diperkenalkan dengan Kenta kind of late, like 4 episodes at the end, the last 1/3 of the season baru jumpa dia, and then they join the gang. Tapi now we got this girl, and korang perasan tak what happened to Aira masa meletup rumah tu? Orang dok
member kat belakang, member kat belakang dalam rumah.
Pasal orang tengah speculate yang tak baca manga lah, dia kata, "Oi, dia mati je." I mean, kelakar gila. So, and then lagi satu, tak ada lagi pengumuman tentang season 3 dari Sainsaru. Banyak yang berpendapat pasal Sainsaru sekarang ni tengah sibuk. Sainsaru, okay, obviously dia tengah tunjuk Sanda at the moment. Sanda dah buat lah, obviously. But they've got this, what's coming up, which is I'm looking forward to it. I think it's January kot. So kalau January dah nak siap lah kot. Apa Ghost in the Shell, they are, I don't think it's rebooting. I think they are reinterpreting. They are making it look more like the manga by Shiro Masamune. Because if you think about the original films yang Mamoru Oshii yang about 1995 onwards, they are fantastic films. They're a bit more hyper realistic. So orang dia macam orang tak macam anime kepala mata besar ke apa ke. Tapi the only difference being the major Makoto Kusanagi dalam Mamoru Oshii punya interpretation, mata dia besar lah pasal dia cyborg. So mata besar dia seakan-akan Battle Angel Alita, albeit not that much. Tapi but then they had the series like Standalone Complex, which is basically just them riffing off, and I think I don't think it's based on anything, because I've read the manga, and manga dia macam kau kena baca betul-betul patah balik, because dia ada banyak little notes at the bottom tau. And I remember buying the manga when I watched the original Ghost in the Shell. So mula-mula aku tengok Ghost in the Shell kat UK masa tu, kita orang kena pergi universiti lain. We drove to that town because anime club dia managed to get hold of a copy. I think it was probably masa tu mungkin laser disc kot, because gambar quite smart kan. Tapi in English. So gila disappointed. Dah lah aku drive all the way to watch. And then I managed to watch it in Japanese dekat a theatre in London. But yeah, so looking forward to Sainsaru's interpretation of Ghost in the Shell. I hope it's good. So whether or not dia nak ikut balik manga ke apa, aku tak tahu. Do you guys know anything about it? About how they're doing the Ghost in the Shell punya franchise? Alif ke apa?
Not really. Tak ada baca details dia.
And there's another thing dia nak buat. Aku tak ingat. So they were saying lah, because of these other things, it's quite unlikely that you get to see a season 3 next year. But then again,
dia orang buat. I think dia orang buat like. Tapi that's just like one
Star Wars Vision.
Star Wars
Vision is coming out this November anyway, so that's done.
Yeah.
So in a way that's done. So, but there was something else I can't remember. But itulah, they had a couple of projects lah that people were saying, probably, yeah. I think it's the same case for the likes of Cloverworks punya favorite, most liked titles macam Kisekoi or My Dress Up Darling apa. But then we've talked about that at length lah in the last stream. So okay, untuk ni looking forward, and I'll give you pembayang lagi satu lah. This alien, nama dia macam minyak masak, and there will be an arc related to her, and it's going to be very important in Dandadan, maybe in season 3 and 4. And bearing in mind, kalau anda dah tengok kat social media, the gang punya number, orang dalam ahli gang ni bertambah tau.
Oh.
So itu je aku nak cakap. Tapi thus far bila aku tengok, walaupun bertambah, dia macam at the moment, kalau kau baca up to date, the last 2 members macam masuk at the same time, tapi macam dia tak kacau lah dynamics of the original members ke apa. So it's quite interesting, and thus far tak ada benda yang macam bosan lah. Tak ada macam alah ulang-ulang balik, jumpa ahli baru, lawan benda baru. Just one more thing. Kita duduk cakap pasal kaiju. I think kaijus are, in a way, they are cryptids. So cryptids are an important element in Dandadan anyway. So we got spacemen, we got supernatural, then we got cryptids. Because kita tahu kan, the Taro family, bukan Taro, the apa family yang freaky tu, yang muka kelabu tu kan, Mark tu. Dia cryptid lah. So dia the Mongolian death worm, those are all cryptids. All these animals yang tak wujud macam Sasquatch, Bigfoot, that kind of thing.
Ada